One thing we cannot prevent in polygyny, we have to understand that one thing we cannot prevent is our husbands marrying again. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's your Coach Nyla, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as co-founder of the book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. And this video, I'm going to tackle something that is not talked about much, but I know it happens. I know it happens because in different groups it's talked about, in different, on the comments it's talked about, and in just emails and different things like that. So it exists. However, it's not very prominent, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be addressed. So what is it? It's where a woman gets married to a man who's already married, and then if he decides to marry again, she is not having any of that. She does not want it. She does, she feels some type of way about it. And it's not a positive way. And I have to talk about that because first wives do get a lot of stigma on having problems with their husband practicing polygyny. They get that stigma because that's what's put out there a lot. And it's put out there by first wives. However, there are subsequent wives who come into a polygynous, or is polygynous now that he's married someone else, or that he's married you. And then now it's like, okay, I'm good with this, but I'm gonna feel some type of way if he marries again. Or I don't want him to marry again. Or, it's just me and my co-wife, we can keep it at that. And if he marries again, then I don't know if he loves me anymore, or that maybe I done something wrong or anything like that. Here's where the problem lies. The problem lies with kind of, I want to say, the double standard thing. And like I said, I have to talk about this. And I'm not going to be all cutesy wootsy with it, because when I speak about wanting for your sister what you want for yourself, that's all around the board. When I speak, and then it's interesting because I'm going to have a different video on that too, because I've also seen where people stated that we only talk about that, or we only use that phrase when it comes to women in polygyny. And that's not true. You want that all around the board. You want them to gain the highest part in Jannah, or, in heaven or paradise. You want them to have a great life. You want them to have something beautiful, whether they're practicing polygyny or not, whether they're married to your husband or not, or anything like that. You want something great. You want great for you, so you want great for them. Just wanted to put that out there and get that out of the way. However, if you're an incoming wife and you already knew that your husband was practicing polygyny, you already knew he wanted to practice polygyny. So for you to feel a way, and I'm stating that, I'm not going to put myself in and say, oh, well, because I felt this way, or when we feel this way. No, if you are I'm shooting straight from the hip here. I have an important announcement to make, an exciting announcement to make. It's been my goal for 2022 to be able to serve more people, because my one-on-one coaching is full. So now I'm able to open up my group coaching so you can be a better you in 2022. I'm so excited about it. And the wait list has been growing day by day by day. So make sure you sign up for the wait list. You want to be a part of this? Sign up for the wait list. Check it out, CoachNyla.com. I'll see you on the other side. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. If you are putting yourself in that position where you say, you know what? I didn't have an issue with being married to a man who's married already. But if he marries again, now I have an issue with it. To me, And to those I'm pretty sure who are listening, it puts you in that category to say, you know what, I did not care about what the first wife felt. I did not think about what she felt. And if I did think about it, I didn't care about it. Because now it's an issue with me if he was to marry again. However, if it was an issue with her, it doesn't matter because I wanted to marry him. So that's the deal. So I had to talk about that because I've seen that. It's like, well, how would it make me feel? Or, do he feel a certain way about me, or did I mess up or anything like that? See, if you are thinking those things, did that not cross your mind when he decided to marry you? And this is not a video that's stating that polygyny is bad, that polygyny is wrong, that it's, wrong for a man to marry again and not consider the feelings of the wife. All these other things, I'm not. Actually, men do consider the feelings of the wives. I'm not going to say whether it's wrong or not if he doesn't consider it. I just think that is him being more considerate if he does. However, what I'm stating here is that polygyny comes with its challenges, as with any marriage, period. These marriages, life in general, relationships in general, have challenges. But when you create double standards within those relationships, then that says something about, once again, I'm going to say it, emotional maturity, emotional intelligence. And it also says something about a character of a person who says, you know what? It's about me, and nobody but me. That's regardless. If you are a first wife, second wife, third wife, fourth wife, husband, sister, brother, mama, daddy, whoever. If it's about only your feelings and you were okay with something when it was beneficial, or when you felt it was beneficial to only you or beneficial to you, even if it didn't matter. It isn't even about if it was or wasn't, if somebody else felt that way. It's just that you're saying that this is beneficial to me, so I'm not thinking about other people. Because there have been relationships, there have been polygynous marriages where the first wife was great, was fine, was comfortable and secure in her womanhood, comfortable and secure in her marriage, comfortable and secure in what she and her husband were building together, that even when he married again, even if it was some challenges as far as transitioning, she was still comfortable and confident enough that we can work through this and we can continue to focus on our marriage and mind our marriage. And we're going to do that. And then it could be this other wife that comes in to say, you know what? Okay, she's comfortable with me. Everything's all good. We are great. We have a relationship. But no, I don't want him to marry again, because now I'm going to feel some type of way. See, when that happens, it's like, okay, if you're feeling that way, you say, well, she was all good. So, no, I didn't think about it. She was already good. My thing is still someone who was married already, who had a husband who decided to marry again. So it's a similar situation if he decides to marry again after you. However you feel about it is however you feel about it, if that's the case. But I wanted to address this issue because it's interesting. We as people can be very fickle. Our emotions, our intelligence, a lot of different things can be just wonky sometimes. And as good as it is to be able to be self-aware, as good as it is to be able to be selfish at some times, where we want to make sure that we are happy and we are pleased and we are having the life that we want and deserve and the relationships we want and deserve, we do have to realize that we are not the only ones who are affected by our lives. And it's interesting that I said that because, when I think about that, I think about when I say certain things, when I speak on my experience, when I talk about my story. My story is my story, but I'm not the only one in it. So I think about other people before I say what I say. I think about how it may affect or infect someone who was involved when I speak on what I speak about, and how that may trigger some things. Now, I'm not saying everybody have to tiptoe, and I'm not saying that I'm tiptoeing or that I'm walking on eggshells. However, being considerate is very, very important. And that's what I'm trying to get through in this video, that we have to understand that if we are feeling a certain way about something, definitely communicate that. However, also think about if it's a situation that you may have come in and the situation may happen another way or happen that way with you, that you have to sit there and say, well, let me be considerate of how the other person felt. Let me be considerate about how my co-wife felt, or let me be considerate about how our husband felt. Let me find out these things. Because yes, I'm feeling this type of way, not negating any of your feelings at all. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. However, let's be emotionally intelligent to say, you know what, let me find out some stuff. Let me ask them how they felt. One thing we cannot prevent in polygyny, we have to understand that one thing we cannot prevent is our husbands marrying again. Now, we may use manipulation, we may use victimization, we may use whatever tactics, or we may think that we are controlling the situation. However, we have to realize that we are not, he's a human being. He's his own person. So if he doesn't do it because he has a fear that he's going to cause a lot of stress and pain and drama, and he can't handle that, and he doesn't do it, that's still on him. But if he feels that it may still cause some stress and some pain and maybe some drama, but he can handle that and he does it, then that's on him as well. We have to understand, regardless of how we may feel about a particular situation, the only person we can control is ourselves. So we have to figure out, what is it that what are we doing? What are we thinking about? Are we feeling that we are not good enough? Are we feeling like we can't handle certain situations because of our lack of emotional intelligence? This is not to negate any feelings. Again, this is not to negate any feelings, and this is not to say that you are not intelligent. I'm going through, as a woman, as a person that has different hats and everything like that, my own journey of emotional intelligence. We all are. We are not at the pinnacle of our emotional intelligence. We are not at the top of what we need to know in our lives. And we have to stop looking at when a person says that we are not emotionally intelligent yet, or not emotionally intelligent enough yet to handle these certain things. We have to sit back and say, you know what? They might be right. Or we have to be able to tell ourselves, like, you know what? I'm not. However, I want to be. Do you want to be? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. Do I want to be emotionally intelligent enough to handle challenges in my life, regardless of if it's my husband marrying again, me feeling unloved, unwanted, unsupported? If I'm feeling that way, is what I'm saying. Because if we are feeling that way, even if it's true, my thing is, I'm not negating if it's true or not true. Or I'm not saying that, I'm not going against that. What I'm saying is that we have to realize that we are feeling a way. And if I'm feeling this way, how do I get to the answers? Who do I ask to get the proper answers? Now, if it's something about me, I know I need to ask myself. And I need to be honest with the answers. If it's about my co-wife, I need to ask her and get those answers and understand that she's going to give me the answers that she's going to give me. And I have to trust what she's giving me is the truth. If it's about our husband or my husband, or whatever the case may be, the words you want to use, I have to ask him and trust that what he's telling me is the truth. I have to work on that. You get what I'm saying? So we as an individual have to work on that. So it said, not negating any feelings, but I'm saying when it does come down to it, long and the short of it, we have to wonder, are we holding double standards when it comes to, well, this is how I came in, but I don't want it to be the same way for me, or I don't want anybody else coming in because I may feel this way. And I know we can pick apart a lot of other things. I know we can say, well, what about the husband? And what about this double standard? What about? Men aren't women, women aren't men. It's technically not a double standard because there are things that women can do, that women get blessings for, that women can get away with, that women can do a lot of different things that men can't do. And we don't have men up in arms fussing all the time about how it's a big fat double standard. I'm talking about women to women. I'm not comparing apples to oranges. Girl. Anyway, so what we want to do is make sure that we are looking truthfully in our, just sitting down and looking at ourselves and being truthful and being honest and getting the answers from where we need to get the answers from. And if we need to take a break, a breather, we need to go through therapy, or we need to go through, some type of coaching or training, then please do that. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with working on yourself to get better. There's nothing wrong with working on yourself to be outstanding. So if you made it this far, congratulations. Thank you for sticking with me. And in the comments, make sure you put be better, because that's what we want to do. We want to be better. And in order for us to do that, we have to work on ourselves more than we work on anything in our lives. So if you got some great gems from this video, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Doesn't take anything, doesn't cost anything. Just hit the button up here, down there, wherever you see the button on this page. Make sure you do that. And until next time, make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. It's your coach, Coach Nyla. I will see you in the next one, inshallah, God willing. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and also Clubhouse under our names.
And make sure you go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and sign up for our email list. And there you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Absolutely. And last but not least, when it comes to coaching or counseling, if you want to work with us one-on-one or in group settings, make sure you're on that website and reach out to us, because we do have very limited spots and we usually have a wait list. So with that being said, GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.